But there it only mentions one. It doesn't mention the other three. So it's right, that's a good thing. That's the Seifa, the first Mishnah in Peah, that the Rambam quotes in Hilchos Talmud Torah Gimel Gimel, that the reason why Talmud Torah Keneged Kulam, that the study of Torah is equivalent to all the other mitzvahs, is because of the Gemara in Kedushin that we quoted before, Memem and Bet. That the great is the study of Torah because it brings one of the performance of all the other mitzvahs. So that's why Talmud Torah is now an elite group of mitzvahs that are equivalent to all the other mitzvahs. But the original question that Rav Cohn asked is, it's a contradiction between the two Gemaras. Is it one weapon or 4 weapons? And it's a sequence. Is it a sequence or is it just one weapon? So the answer is the Gemara is talking about 2 different people. That if you have a massive Torah scholar, someone like Rav Shechter, or someone like that, or someone like Rav Yosef, or someone like Rashi, or the Rambam, so the Torah is enough for them. If they get tempted, and we all do, and they get tempted, they'll use their Torah to battle it. But most of us are not on that madrega. So we first start with our Yetzer Tov, and if that doesn't work, then we invoke whatever Torah we know. And if the Torah doesn't work, then we think of Kriyat Shema, and then if that doesn't work, to vanquish the Yetzer Hara, the way you vanquish it is thinking by the day of death. Right. Because that you can only do mitzvahs in this world. Don't mess up your one chance to live. If not now, when? That's Hillel in Perek Aleph of Pirkei Im Lo Achshav Im Lo Achshav Emasai. If not now, when? If I don't study Torah and fulfill the other mitzvahs like Sukkah, Lulav, Shabbos, Tefillin, if I don't do it here, you can't do it after you're dead. The Olam HaNeshamas, the world of the souls after death, that's for reward or punishment also. But Chas v'Shalom, for your sins. But that's in the afterlife. The only time you can do mitzvahs is here and now.
And when they say Torah, what exactly do they mean? Do they mean
it means studying Torah.
5 books, Gemara?
It means all the above. It means studying Chumash, studying prophets, studying the writings like Tehillim. It means studying Mishnah, studying Rambam, Tur, Shulchan Aruch. It means studying Gemara.
Stories from rabbis? Is that Torah?
Well, that's like fables. That's less important. Real Torah is like studying Midrashim. Like the Medrash Rabbah, the Medrash Tanchuma, all these things are Torah. But
Tanya?
What?
Tanya?
Yeah, Tanya, Moshe Sfarim, Hashkafa, study Kuzari, Rambam, Or Nevuchim, Mesilas Yesharim, Orcha Sadiqim, Shari Tshuva, all those classic Moshe Sfarim, Rabbeinu Bachis, Chovas Levavos, an incredible work. So all these Moshe Sfarim, in fact, the Mishnah Berurah says in Siman Aleph and again in Hilchos Yom Kippurim that you should study Musar every day. And he quotes the Chai Adam in the first Chol in Hilchos Yom Kippurim that you should study Musar every day. But now that from an earlier source, though, if you can only study one thing every day, and you can only study one thing every night, because everybody has an obligation to study a little during the day and a little at night, because it says in Yoshua 1:8, the Yitzbo Yom V'Layla, to contemplate the Torah day and night, and the Gemara Menachos study 7 days. And the way we paskin is that's not just a bracha, that was a mitzvah that God was telling Joshua to tell the Jews. That you have to study the Torah that I taught Moshe Rabbeinu to teach the Jews. You have to study it a little bit during the day and a little bit at night. So that's, and by the way, even if you're married with children, even if you have a job, full-time profession, and Reish Mem Vav and you're an Sif Aleph, they're quoting the Rambam, the Tur, the Shulchan Aruch, they all say that you have to study Torah a little bit a day, a little bit at night. But if I can only learn one thing in that time, one topic, there are 2 things that are halacha l'maisa. One is to study halacha, like the Gemara Megillah, Lamed Beis, and it's also Daf Daled in Megillah, that from during the Chag of Sukkos or leading up to Sukkos, you should study the laws of the holiday of Sukkos by studying the laws of Sukkah and Lulav. That's the kind. So that you should learn halacha l'maisa, and the rest of the time, during the rest of the year, you should study other topics that are halacha l'maisa, practical laws. And if you study the Shulchan Aruch and other poskim, then you're yoked to this obligation of studying Torah. Even if you study Gemara 3 or 4 hours a day, the Prisha says, quoted by the Shabbataz and Mishnah Berurah, even if you study Gemara 3 or 4 hours a day with Tosfos, but you don't learn poskim, you don't learn like Shulchan Aruch or Rambam or Rosh or Mordechai, other things like that, you're not yoked. You have to fulfill your obligation of studying Torah. And the other thing that you have to study on a regular basis is Brachas Tafet, quoted in Hilchos Shabbos, Mishnayim Mikra V'Echet Targum, to go over the Parsha with Rashi, and the Beis Yosef, quoted by the Madonna Yom Tov, says someone who has Yirat Shemayim will also do Onkelos. Most people just do Chumash Rashi, but if you have time to also do Onkelos, and to do that with the Parsha every week. So those 2 things, studying Halacha and the Parsha, that's like the minimum. And then ideally, you should study Mishnah, Gemara, Medrash, Tanakh, Musar. Again, Kol Torah Kula. But
and they have books that are like one a day, right? Where it has.
Yeah, they have books. They have a book. It's I forget what it's called now. I can't think of it.
Rabbi brought it into shul.
Yeah, and it has the Mishnah Yomis, the Musar Yomis, Halacha Yomis,
right.
and every day. So you do all of them, and it has it on the same page. I forget what it's called.
Right.
But you can get one of those. Those are great. And then if you want to fulfill most of them, the important thing is just like Rabbi Simon always says. He's a Rosh Hashiva at YU. Go slow. Don't try not to do too much at the beginning, then you'll overwhelm yourself. It's important to go slow and build yourself like a ladder, to go slowly. With Torah is like that. Just like in sprinting, you don't track and field, you don't do the fastest, most intense races right away. You build yourself up slowly. So it's the lahavdil. It's the same way with learning, and also with other mitzvahs. You work your way up.
Need a ride?
I